When sorry is not enough, learning to rebuild your life. Grandma's porch, a place to relax, a place to enjoy. Come visit Grandma's porch. When sorry isn't enough. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brianne. When sorry isn't enough. You know, I got to thinking today about people who have made mistakes, and they're genuinely sorry and remorseful for what they did. And I understand that. I understand that we all can make mistakes in life. And yet some things that people do, sorry is just not enough to correct it. There are things that can happen in life that a person has fallout, even though that they're remorseful and they're sorry for. I was thinking about a couple that I knew long ago, and the husband had had an affair on the wife. And it was just so many things happened during that time to devastate the marriage. And even though after the affair was over, the marriage did not recover because, well, the damage had been done. Now, I've done videos on that subject before where, you know, things like that have happened, and many couples can get through that, and they can go through that and actually sometimes come out to even be a stronger, better relationship. Never suggesting that's the way to go, because that really breaks the foundation of the marriage, that broken trust. But marriages can survive. They can survive, and they can thrive after that. But it's a terrible thing for a marriage to have to go through. And so in this situation, that marriage went through that, and it did not survive that. Sorry was not enough. Sometimes people have made a huge mistake on a job that they knew was a mistake, but they did it anyhow. Maybe they were constantly clocking in and leaving work early and not saying anything. And then one day their boss found out and they got fired. And even though they were now remorseful, they wish they hadn't done it, they still had to pay the consequences for that mistake. Sorry was not enough. I believe that when we've made a mistake, it's so important for us to be genuinely remorseful and genuinely sorry and apologetic and do what we can to fix it. And some situations we can fix, we can repair, and we can move on from. And some, sorry is just not enough. Sorry doesn't work. So what do we do when sorry does not work in a situation? Well, I believe that when sorry does not work, we have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves either way when we've made a mistake, whether we purposely made that mistake or whether it was a mistake by mistake. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to have self-forgiveness. And we have to forgive others when they're genuinely sorry. That doesn't mean that there's not consequences. It doesn't mean that there's not fallout. That doesn't mean that you know, we necessarily go back into a relationship. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that it's important for us, if we've made the mistake, to ask for forgiveness, to be genuinely sorry and apologetic and do what we can to fix it. And yet, if we can't fix it, we still have to go on in the most positive way that we can. You know, people make mistakes, and sometimes they're big mistakes, and sometimes sorry isn't enough to correct it. Sometimes they've got to live with that mistake in one way or the other. And yet, I believe that even if sorry is not enough, we have to forgive ourselves and we have to forgive others who've made mistakes. And that person who's made the mistake has to go on in the most positive way. Their life may not look exactly the same as before they made that mistake, whether it was purposeful or just a mistake, and yet they have to go on. They have to brush themselves off. They have to forgive themselves, or they have to forgive other people. And they have to go on, and they have to build a positive life for themselves, whether it looks similar, the same, or totally different. Sometimes things look totally different after a mistake, especially one that sorry is not enough. And yet, we have to move forward. We have to move forward in the most positive way, and that starts with self-forgiveness or in forgiving others, and that person forgiving themselves. And picking up the pieces to the best we know how. Getting back out there in life, learning from those experiences never to do it again, or never even to do anything similar or remotely like that again. Because sometimes a mistake or a mistakes can change one's life forever, where sorry is not enough. But even when sorry is not enough, forgiveness is necessary, self-forgiveness or forgiveness to others. And it's necessary to pick up the pieces to the best of one's ability, because there is more life to be lived. And often out of the mistakes we make can come something wonderful. We can help others to avoid those mistakes, or we can help others rebuild once we've rebuilt. And we can teach others how to rebuild after mistakes, because mistakes do happen, whether they're purposeful or not. And we have to learn to rebuild in life. Rebuilding is key, and forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, and rebuilding, and building a positive, wonderful life, regardless of the mistake. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye. Porch, a place to relax and a place to enjoy.